Hello friends, how are you all? Hope that you all are fine as well as healthy. We are learning biology, chapter number 13, organisms and population. So today we are going to learn about the very important question, and the title of question is population growth. Okay, so in this question we will learn about the some information connected with the population growth and four definitions, and there is a one diagram. Okay, and some equations will be also there. So it is very important question, and the title of question is population growth. But before starting this question, as per our rule, we are going to revise the last question. Okay, so last question was about the population attributes. You know that the population attributes is very lengthy question, so we had divided into two different type of parts, part 1 and part 2. Means population attributes, this question was completed or finished in two different type of video lectures. So if we are going to learn about the some important aspects of population attributes, see what is the meaning of attributes. Attributes means one type of parameter, one type of characteristic. So first point, we can say that in nature we rarely find isolated, separated single individual of any species. It means majority of them, means majority of individuals of species live in group, okay, in a well defined geographical area. Geographical area means what? Geographical area means we can say that a particular ecosystem, a particular habitat. You can say that in a population they are going to share something, they are going to do competition for the similar resources. Potentially interbreed means they are capable for doing what? For doing the interbreed, and thus constitute a population. Okay, so you know that the interbreeding, which is connected with the sexual type of reproduction. See second sentence, we can say that although the term interbreeding plays connected with sexual type of reproduction, then what about the asexual type of reproduction? Because so many organisms are originated or are resulting because of asexual type of reproduction. So we can say that in population, if we are going to study the ecological purpose. Okay, so according to ecological studies, we can say that the individual produced from either sexual or asexual reproduction, it is known as a population. It means we can say that both will be acceptable, both type of reproduction like sexual as well as asexual, both type of reproduction will be acceptable according to ecological studies. Then you can say that some examples are there: cormorants found in wetland, rats found in some abundant dwelling type of area, thick wood trees found in a forest tract, bacteria found in culture plate, and lotus plant found in a freshwater ecosystem, means found in a pond. These are the some examples of population. Then we can say that some challenges are there against individual organisms. Okay, while population having the different type of natural selection characters, because of it desired traits, desired character will be originated. Then you can say that population ecology is a very important area of ecology, because it connects or it links ecology with what and what? With two different type of branches. First one is population genetics and second one is about the evolution. So underline these two names, population genetics and second one is about the evolution. Then in second paragraph we can say that if we talk about the different type of attributes, different type of parameters, so the parameters or attributes of individual organism and population both will be different. Okay, for example, individual organism does have birth as well as death, while population doesn't have this particular type of same parameters. Okay, but population having birth rate as well as death rate. So we can say that different type of parameters are there, but if we are going to talk about the parameters of what, parameters of population, then see one example is there. Okay, first example was about the birth rate and second example was about the death rate. Okay, so you will remember the equation, the formula: birth rate is equal to number of newly added plants upon number of plant before. So 8 upon 20 is equal to 0.4 individual or 0.4 offspring per lotus per year. And in the second example we can say that the number of dead flies, okay, fruit flies upon number of flies before. 4 upon 40 is equal to 0.1 individual per fruit fly per week. So two characters were there, birth rate and death rate. Now there is a entry of the third character, third attribute, which is known as the sex ratio. An individual is either a male or a female, but population having a sex ratio. Okay, and now the fourth one is about the age distribution, means age pyramid. Okay, what is the age pyramid? You can say that a population at any particular given time is made up of individuals of different type of ages. So you know that if we are talking about the one family, and one family having the total 8 members, then the age of all members are not same. Okay, it is possible that some members having age over 60, some members having age below 10, some members having age between 10 and 60. So different type of age will be there. So if the age distribution is plotted for the population, the resulting structure is known as age pyramid. So for human population, underline this, the age pyramid generally show the age distribution of males as well as female. Okay, now if we talk about the shape, so the shape of pyramids reflect the growth status of the population. Okay, so three options are there. First one is, we can say that growing means increasing means expanding, second one is stable, and third one is decreasing. Now see diagram number 13.4, representation of age pyramid for the human population. You will remember the shape of all three type of pyramids. First pyramids, you can say that the yellow line is larger than the blue line. Three categories are there: post reproductive, reproductive, and pre-reproductive. These all are the three categories of organism depending upon the reproductive capacity, you know that, and we have discussed about it a lot in last lecture. So first one is about the expanding, second one, see, yellow line and blue line both are same, so it is one type of stable. Now see third in third diagram, yellow line is lower compared to the blue line, then it will be the decreasing. Now see the size of population tells us a lot about its status in the particular habitat. Whatever ecological process we wish to investigate in a population, be it the outcome of competition with another species, the impact of a predator, or the effect of a pesticide application. So you can say that so many type of changes are there, like predator relationship, pesticide application, competition. Okay, now we can say that the different type of population size is there. Now we have the two different type of examples. If we talk about the population of Siberian crane found in a Bharatpur wetland, so in any year the number of Siberian crane population will be less than 10. Okay, while if we talk about the another population of Chlamydomonas found in a particular pond, and the number of Chlamydomonas will be into millions. Okay, so we are going to compare the two different type of population. So one having only less than 10 in number, while other having what, other having millions in numbers. Okay, population size, more technically known as the population density, and the sign of population density will be capital N. So from now you will remember that population size, technically known as population density, and the sign will be capital N. So from now we will not use the the number of population. Number of population is equal to what, is equal to population size is equal to population density, and the sign will be capital N. Okay, in today's question we will talk about this particular population density. So we can say that it is not important, or it is not decided that we must define population density according to numbers, but we are also going to use the other type of parameters like biomass also. And then there is a one example: in a particular habitat only one huge single banyan tree is there and 200 parthenium plant, means parthenium grasses are there. Okay, so these all are the one type of examples. And see, at last 3 or 4 sentences we can say that about the population size. So you know that the two types of population density methods are there. First one is absolute and second one is the relative type of density. So you will remember two words. And at last second sentence, if we talk about the tiger census, okay, in our national parks and tiger reservoirs is often based upon pug marks and the pellets. So that is the one type of revision of the last question. And today we are going to talk about the population growth. Okay, again we will use we will use the population density, which is known as capital N. See, population density, which is known as capital N. Population density means what? It is nothing but it is one type of population size. Actually, population density is a technical form of population size, and population size means one type of number. But for this question we will use the same method of our easy language. See, the first point, if we talk about the population growth, the size of a population for any species is not a static parameter. So if we are talking about the size, means numbers of any population, okay, of any species, then it will be not a static parameter. Means population of any organism will not be stable. Okay, so you will remember that, because the numbers are not always constant, numbers are variable. We can say that if the India having today 130 crore, more than 130 crore of the human population, then it is possible that after 5 years it will be increases or maybe decreases. So we can say that the size of a population for any species is not a static parameter. Point number 2, it means what? It means the size of population, it keeps changing with time, okay, depending upon the various type of factor, including food availability, predation pressure, as well as adverse type of environment or the adverse type of weather. So we can say that the population size will not stable, it is not a stable, it keeps changing with time. So by time the population size will be changed. Okay, and you know that the population size is dependent upon different type of factors. So you will remember the three factors. First one is availability of the food, second one is predation pressure, and third one is the difficult, means adverse type of weather. So it is possible that sometimes food is not available in a particular habitat, then some organisms are doing for the migration. Predation pressure, okay, so if the pre-predation relationship, the pressure of predation is higher, then prey will be in a trouble. And the last one is about the weather means one type of abiotic factor. You can say that temperature, light, soil, as well as water. So three name you will remember. Okay, according to what? According to population size, it is not constant, it is not a stable thing, but it will change by time and depending upon the different type of factors like food availability, predation pressure, and third one is adverse type of weather. Now see, third one, it is this changes in population density that give us some idea of what is happening to the particular population, whether it is flourishing or the declining, means either it is increasing or decreasing. So you know that the if changes are there, for example, that the nowadays the population of lion will be 5 to 3, okay, in numbers, but we can say that the population of lion will be only if the population lion will reach only to the 200, means from 5 to 3 only 200 lions were there, then we can say that there is something wrong, okay, according to the some different type of characters. So it is this changes in population density that gives us some idea of what is happening to the population, okay, whether it is increasing or decreasing. It means, in short, we can say that from the changes we can determine, okay, the different type of changes. Now see point number 4, whatever might be the ultimate reason. So reason may be whatever, okay, the density of population in a given habitat during a given time period fluctuates due to change in 4 different type of basic processes. So we can say that 4 changes, okay, 4 different type of changes, total 4 parameters, total 4 basic processes are responsible. So how many processes are responsible? Total 4 basic processes are responsible. So page number 1 is completed. Again we are going to revise the page number 1. See the first point, the size of a population for any species is not a static parameter, means it is not a stable thing. Point number 2, it keeps changing with time depending on various factors including food availability, predation pressure. Third one is the adverse type of weather. Point number 3, very important, it is this changes in population density that give us some idea of what is happening to the population, whether it is flourishing or the declining, okay. Point number 5, whatever might be the ultimate reason of the density of population in a given particular habitat during a given particular period fluctuates due to the changes in 4 different type of basic reasons. So you remember the 4 different type of basic reasons, okay. So out of 4 we can say that 2 of which contribute to an increase in population density and 2 to a decrease. So 2 characters are like this, 2 characters like natality and immigration. So these both are responsible for the increasing of the population density, while remaining 2, which are known as the mortality and emigration, are responsible for the decreasing in the population density. So you will remember total how many, total 4 are there. First one is natality, second one is immigration, okay. So first and second means natality and immigration both are responsible for the increasing in population density, while if we talk about the third and fourth, third one will be mortality, fourth one will be immigration. So mortality and immigration, these both are responsible for the decreasing in population density. Now we are going to learn about the definition of all or the meaning of all. See first one, we can say that natality, it is one type of birth rate, okay. You will remember what? You will remember natality means the birth rate. See the sign will be not capital N but the sign will be capital B, because capital N is the sign of population density, okay. Natality sign will be capital B for the birth rate. Means what? The meaning means the number of births during a given period in the population that are added to a initial density, okay. So we can say that you will remember 3 things. First one is what? The number of birth during, second thing given period, okay, given time, and third one in a given population. So natality is nothing, it is one type of number of newly born new ones, okay, means number of births during a given time period in a particular population is known as natality. Now if we talk about the second one, which is known as mortality, means the death rate, the sign will be capital D. It is what? It is the number of deaths in the population during a given time period, which is known as mortality. So you remember first one and second one, natality and mortality. In natality we are going to learn about the number of births, and here mortality we can say that the number of death, and the common sentences are in the particular given time period in a particular population area, okay. Now see the third definition, which is known as immigration, and the sign will be capital I, and fourth one is about the emigration, and sign will be capital E. Immigration word will be used when you are going to the abroad from India, okay. Now see the immigration means capital I, the number of individuals of the same species that have come into the habitat from elsewhere during the time period under consideration. Means we can say that, see, the number of individuals of the same species. So we are going to talk about the same species. If we are talking about humans, then we can only include humans for the immigration. If we are talking about lions, then we can only include the lions, okay, that have come into habitat from somewhere else, okay, during the time period under consideration. Means in a particular given time. For example, we can say that if 1000 humans are traveling from India to USA, then for USA we can say that these 1000 humans are one type of immigrants, okay. For USA it is immigrants, we can see, because you can see the same individuals of same species, okay, are coming from somewhere else. Somewhere else means India, okay, in a new habitat. New habitat means USA. It is known as what? Immigration. But for India, you can say that this 1000 humans are going outside. So these 1000 humans are one type of emigrants for India. So for India it is one type of emigration, but for USA it is one type of immigration. Now see the definition of emigration: the number of individuals of the population who left, underline this word, who left the habitat and gone elsewhere during the time period under consideration. So point number 3 and point number 4, these both are the also important definition, okay. So this page is completed. In homework you will write this definition for 5 times, okay. See, again we are going to revise the old definition. First definition is about the birth rate. Mortality, the sign will be capital B. It is nothing but the number of births during a given time period in a given area, which is known as the birth rate. If we talk about the mortality, means death rate, sign will be capital D. The number of what? The number of death found in a population during a given time. Now what about the immigration? It is nothing but number of the individuals of same species that have come into the habitat from somewhere else during the given particular time. What about the emigration? Migration, sign will be capital E. The number of individuals of the population who left, underline, who left the habitat and gone elsewhere, okay, in a given particular time period. So 4 definitions, and you will also remember the sign. Mortality means birth rate, sign will be capital B. Mortality means death rate, sign will be capital D. Immigration, sign will be capital I, and emigration, sign will be capital E. You will remember immigration and emigration both are connected with each other, okay. For one region there is a immigration, then for other region that will be emigration. You will remember this, okay. Now see the next page. See, there is a one diagram between or at the center point of diagram. Population density is written, which is known as capital N, and see, you can see the different type of 4 factors. First one is natality, capital B. Second one is immigration, I. So first of all we will talk about this both. Natality means capital B and immigration means capital I. See the sign will be plus. It means if natality increases, then population density also increases. If immigration increases, then population density also increases. But see, for emigration and for mortality, the sign will be minus. So we can say that if mortality increases, then population density decreases, while emigration increases, then population density also decreases. So it is one type of table, okay. So you will remember the sign and the parameter. For 2 parameters like natality and immigration, sign will be plus, okay, and for 2 remaining parameters, for mortality and emigration, sign will be minus, okay. So it is one type of MCQ like question. You will remember the sign. Now see, next one is what? If the n is what? N is population density. If the n is the population density at time small t, then its density at time t plus 1 will be what? Then we are going to find what? We are going to find population density at time t plus t. See, for time t, population density will be capital N, we know that. But what about the time t plus 1? So we can say that in n, t plus 1 is equal to nt plus b plus I minus d plus e. Okay, so you will remember this equation, and in homework you will write this equation 5 times. Okay, some students are not writing nt, or they are going to forget the nt. Okay, but see, n in bracket t plus 1 is equal to nt plus b plus I minus d plus e. You know that the b plus I means birth rate plus emigration, and d plus e is equal to death rate plus emigration. Okay, now see, point number 2 is very important. If the value or amount of b plus I is higher than d plus e, it means if the value of birth rate plus immigration is higher than death rate plus emigration, the population density increases. Okay, so the question will be like this: in which condition population density increases? When the amount of b plus I is higher than amount of d plus e, population density increases. But if the amount of b plus I is not higher, means is lower than d plus e, the population density decreases. So these both sentences are very much important, sentence number 2 and sentence number 3. Again, what is the equation for the population density at time t plus 1? We can say that at time t plus 1, so nt plus 1 is equal to nt plus b plus I minus d plus e. But if in this equation the value of b plus I is higher, then the value of d plus e, population density increases. And if the value of b plus I is lower than d plus e, then population density decreases. Okay, so this page is also completed. In this page we have talked about the two different type of portion. In first portion the diagram like structure is there, and in second portion the equation and 2 points of this equation will be there. Okay, you will remember equation. Again, you will write this equation 5 times for homework. Okay, so this question is completed on, and so sorry, this page is completed. And now see, if we talk about the last one, normally birth and death are the most important factors influencing population density. Okay, so generally what generally mortality and natality. Okay, so other remaining two factors means immigration and emigration, assuming importance only under special type of condition. It means in normal condition, capital B and capital D, this will be considered. Okay, but in special type of condition, capital I and capital E will be considered. Now see, there is a one condition: if a new habitat is just being colonized, the immigration may contribute more significantly to population growth than the birth rate. So it is a point number 3 is very important. From point number 3 we can say that birth rate is not important, okay, compared to the immigration. But if a new habitat is just being colonized, okay, so different type of conditions are there. In different type of condition, different type of parameters will be important. But you will remember, see, in short, normally birth and death are the most important factor, but other two factors are also important in different type of conditions. Okay, so this question is 100% completed here. So, and you will learn this question from what? From your textbook. So the all things will be same, and you will learn this diagram from your textbook. Okay, and this equation is also given in your textbook. So the today's lecture is 100% completed. Thank you very much.